Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. Xander goes for Brady's throat after he confesses to Sarah's hit and run. In the hospital lobby, Holly tearfully tells Tate they are indirectly responsible for Sarah's accident. Tate assures her the only one to blame is the person who hit her and sped off without helping her. In the square with Victoria, Fiona laments her iced tea not containing something stronger. She notes Victoria is the only one she can confide in because she just looks at her with love, despite all she's done to Sarah and those who love her. Justin approaches, reintroducing himself as Victor's nephew. As they discuss Sarah, Justin says he hopes they find the person who hit her. "Me too," Fiona meekly says. At home, John stares at his phone, waiting for Brady to return his call. Marlena suggests they're jumping to conclusions regarding his guilt in Sarah's accident. John doesn't know what to think and calls Paul to see if he can shed any light. At the police station, Brady tells Jada he's there to make a confession. "I was driving the car that hit Sarah Kyriakis." He's telling her now because he needs to set a good example for his son. Plus, the guilt is eating him up. Jada stops his rambling admission to suggest he call his attorney. After Sarah decides she's ready to go home from the hospital, Xander gets Kayla to work on her release. He then suggests to Sarah that they move into the mansion, noting Victor made it wheelchair accessible, complete with an elevator. Plus, she'll have a full staff and her mother to help. Sarah agrees. He asks if it'd be okay for his mother to move in as well. Sarah is totally on board with the idea. In the square, Justin thanks Fiona for essentially giving him his son back by exposing the truth about Victor's hair. Fiona dismisses it as just setting the record straight. She then tenses when Justin answers Brady's call. Trying to play it casual, she asks if everything is all right. Justin relays that Brady turned himself in for Sarah's hit and run. Fiona's eyes anxiously dart. In the hospital lobby, Tate tells Holly how distracted his dad was. He's not even sure he's in trouble. They've always had their problems, but he doesn't want to lose their relationship, especially after what happened with Teresa. He meets him. Holly offers to go home with him and face the music together. At the townhouse, John hangs up with Paul. He tells Marlena that as far as Paul knows, Brady isn't drinking. However, he did see him pour a drink, which he didn't consume. Marlena points out that one misstep doesn't mean he's fallen off the wagon. John knows, but he fears they're on the right track. Xander brings a wheelchair to Sarah's room. When she struggles to transfer herself from the bed to the chair, Xander offers his help. She points out she'll have to learn to do this on her own. He knows and he's behind her 100% of the way. "But for today, how about they try and do it together?" She softly nods. He picks her up and brings her to the chair. She lovingly looks at him and kisses him. Justin meets with Brady in the interrogation room. He wants to know everything that happened that night. Brady admits he doesn't really know because he was drunk. Justin hangs his head, sighing. Brady assumes he hit Sarah on the way home from drinking at small bar. All he remembers is waking up in the driver's seat of his car with a splitting headache and damage to his front fender. Justin points out he doesn't know for sure that he's guilty. When Xander brings Sarah to the mansion, she thanks him for being so loving and supportive. She couldn't have gotten through it without him. "You're my wife," he says, "who I worship and adore." He will be by her side forever. Unless she gets sick of him. She declares that will never happen and sends him off to get her a lemon bar. Once he leaves, her cheery facade falters. Alone with Victoria in the square, Fiona wonders where the waitress is so she can order alcohol. Maggie strolls up and learns that Brady turned himself in. She worries that Brady had been drinking. Maggie gets a message from Xander about him moving Sarah into the mansion. He also wants Fiona to move in with them. Fiona is shocked and honored that he'd want her close by. Maggie offers to take Victoria home while Fiona collects her things. When Xander returns to Sarah with lemon bars, Jada calls to tell him they have the suspect in custody. "Great," Xander says. "Now, tell me the bastard's name." More. First look at Chicago Fire's new chief. Before John can leave to search for Brady, Tate comes home on crutches with Holly. After confessing everything to his grandparents, Tate relays that Brady seemed distracted and took off. John and Marlena exchange a worried look. John answers a call from someone named Larry. Wait, what?" John exclaims.